Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to share this article and some other information I came across with you beloved Akiyam and Akwaf, going into this whole downfall, of Mystery Babylon the Great, aka America, and as we know, as of this recent presidential election, Donald Trump, right, DT, he's going into his second term, and he's already making noise, man. All right, he's already making a statement, and he's already pretty much declaring how he's going to establish this crumbling kingdom. And as we know, under the regime of Joe Biden, it was completely completely homified. I'll put it like that. This whole scenery, became not much more homified. And it started with Obama. Let me just make that point. All Biden did was carry on the legacy, that Obama left behind with this sexual immorality that has been on the rise, on display in Babylon the Great. All right, and this is a sure sign, of a declining empire, man. Okay, when you have the military, which is pretty much the defense system, for that empire, pretty much being led and controlled by momos, man. All right, and this is that perverse spirit that Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai said that he would place in the midst of Babylon prior to destroying it, man. Okay, when you go to the book of Psalms, the 19th chapter, it goes into matter of fact, let's start right there through the spirit. Let's start in Psalms real quick. We'll jump back to that article real fast. And we're not going to read that article in its totality, but we will get some information out of it, and Lord willing, I'll leave it in the description box for you Akiyam and Akwaf to read it in its totality. But this is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, and verse Salakia. Bear with me. Salakia, it's Isaiah, my bad. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, and verse 14, and it reads, "The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of Babylon," man. Okay, and this Babylon's talking about Mystery Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay, and when you get this word perverse, let's do this real quick. I'm gonna grab this word perverse real quick in etymology. In the etymology, let's see something real quick. All right, perverse. Oh, look at that. Look at perverse. Look at wicked. You see it? Wicked, unnatural, degenerate, man. And when something degenerates, it's degrading. All right, it's declining from its original state. Okay, it's on the decline. Alright, let's see. Turned away. Corrupt. To corrupt. You see that? To corrupt. Turn. Con. So there you have it. And this is what's on display. Okay? In the form of the military stance. Okay, that America took under the regime of Biden. And now you have DT, okay, trying to come up in his on the back end, you know, and clean up the mess, you know, that Obama and Biden left behind, man. But it's gonna be to no prevail. As a matter of fact, I didn't finish that precept, so like it. It's not gonna be to any prevail. You see, because what's the outcome of this is the judgment. Okay, this is part of the her sins reaching up to heaven. Revelations 18 speaks about. Yeah, man. You polluted the land, man, with blood. Okay, sexual immorality, man, violence. Yeah, man. Hey, there's a penalty for that. You see? But yeah, man, Yahweh has mingled a perverse spirit, a corrupt, okay, wicked, sexually immoral spirit. Okay, the Lord has mingled in this place, man. Causing what? Let's continue on. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, man. And this is what you're witnessing. This is what you're witnessing, man. With this whole U.S. military, you know, transgender agenda. Okay? Let's read a little bit of this real quick through the spirit. Right? This is dated, let me see here. This is dated November 25th. All right, 2024, and the title reads, Trump reportedly planning immediate ban on transgenders in the U.S. military, man. Okay, now, check this out. Watch how many are actually floating around, wiggling around in the U.S. military. Look, according to anonymous Defense Department sources, Donald Trump is planning an immediate ban on transgender recruits and active duty personnel in the U.S. military as soon as he returns to the White House. The ban would apply to around 15,000 service members and be instituted by medical discharge through executive order. Okay, the policy would be similar to the ban Trump enforced in 2017, which was overturned by Joe Biden in 2021, right? And this is when you've seen the influx of the homosexuality. But needless to say, you see that? So we're talking 15,000 troops. All right, active and non-active are going to be put out of there. Okay, so they're going to be down 15,000. And America's already down on manpower. You see? So what's gonna ensue upon this being issued forth? They're gonna need to call forth them drafts, man. Okay? You parents with these atrocious, disobedient beasts of children, okay, that you spawned in these latter days. Yeah, man. They're gonna have to go to the Third World War, man. Yup. You see? Because where else are they going to get the help? And they've already put certain law. They passed certain law. I can't remember which one it was, exactly the criteria of it. But there's a law that has been passed already going into the drafts, that they're able to call a draft if necessary. You know? Men and women. Brothers had gone into it. So this thing is in motion, man. This is gonna bring forth them drafts. So you hyenas better get ready, man. You know, riding around doing wheelies all up in the street on these bikes. Okay, almost getting hit, causing accidents. Alright, being disobedient to parents. Alright, hey, get ready. You're in a position where you're about to take your ass on the front line over there in the east and fulfill biblical prophecy, man. Okay? Let me get a little more. Let me see here. Bear with me. I don't know if I even need any more of this. Yeah, let me, I'll get a little more of this. Trans membership and codified DEI training for officers in the military has been a constant source of national embarrassment for the U.S. on the geopolitical stage for the past 4 years, right? And that goes into that perverse spirit. You see? Yahweh Shai putting on the spirit of these Edomites over here in the west, excuse me, to execute this diabolical agenda. You see? And then, yeah, man, Babylon's been a laughingstock due to this conversion. All right, wait until I show you a picture down here. You will see why. Look at the adaptation of the ideology into the armed forces has been presented by the Biden administration and Democrats as a necessary modernization for an America increasingly reliant on minority groups to fill troop recruitment standards. Okay, and they're calling these individuals as minority groups. Alright. Do I want to get this? Now we'll leave that right there. Let's get this picture though. Look at this. This is what the Biden administration brought forth. Look. Look. Look at this. Need I say more? Hey, look. Look at this nigga right here. Now, what's this nigga gonna do on the battlefield? Hand-to-hand combat. When he runs out of ammo. With a real military man over there in the east. He's gonna get the brains beat out of him, man. Okay, and the phone chimed in. That would be the outcome to that. Okay? But this is what it is, man. And this is one of the reasons why we're seeing the sharp decline. Okay, in the midst of Babylon here. All right, this is all part of Babylon's downfall. You see, this is what we're witnessing. We're witnessing the downfall of the revival of the Western Roman Empire, man. I got some information going into it right here. This is what we're witnessing, man. All right, the fall of the Roman Empire. What caused the fall of the Roman Empire? All right, there's 3 key factors. And we're going to tap into a few of them through the spirit real quick. All right, and this is showing you that what? There's nothing new under the sun, man. You see? There's nothing new under the sun. All right, and at the end of the day, every kingdom falls. Look at fall of the Roman Empire. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me get a quick precept. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and verse 1, and it reads, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born," right? Babylon the Great, aka America, was born, right? Right? Back in the 1400s. Look it. And a time to die, and this is the time we're creeping up on for this place. Right? A time to plant, right? Again, it was planted back in the 1400s. Right? And a time to pluck up, and we're creeping up on that moment where this place is going to be plucked up by the root. Right? And a time to pluck up that which is planted, man. And this is the time we're coming into. Just like the same thing that happened in ancient Rome. Okay? It was born, It started diminishing, and then it was rooted out, right? Look it, fall of the Roman Empire. And this is from a source, student of history, right? And this is one of the articles I came across, right? And it says, Rome ruled a vast empire for over 1,000 years. They controlled much of Europe, located around the Mediterranean Sea, and including Spain, Italy, as well as Turkey, Egypt, and other North African territories. However, their large empire would eventually be their downfall. Like many empires, the decline happened gradually due to many economic, social, and political problems, right? But ultimately, it was their fate, because there's no kingdom that's going to rule forever on this side, in this eon. Okay? The only kingdom that's going to rule forever is the kingdom of heaven and the eon of Jacob, which is fastly approaching. Okay? The kingdom of heaven is the only kingdom that's going to rule forever. You see? We're going to reign as kings and priests on this earth, pursuant to Revelations. Okay? The 5th chapter. And Daniel, the 7th chapter. The saints of the kingdom, the saints of the Most High should take the kingdom, man. All right? Daniel, the 2nd chapter, in the 44th verse. All right? Going into that kingdom that's not going to be given to any other people. You know, it's not going to be shared with any other people. No, man. There's going to be no, Jacob Edom. Like the brother Barack said over in Alabama. There ain't going to be no Jacob Edom. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Empire, no. It's going to be Jacob. Okay? Our so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. In a position of power. Sovereignty. Forever. Everlasting. That's the only kingdom that's going to be forever. Why? Because it's going to be ran under righteousness. You see? All these other empires, including this one, have been ran under wickedness. Okay, which eventually conjured up a visitation that got them moved out of the way and plucked by the root. You see? And there's no difference from what we're seeing now. Let's get a little more. Many of the issues that led to Rome's decline. Did I skip anything? Matter of fact, let me read this again. Like many empires, the decline happened gradually due to many economic, and hey, we're seeing economic issues here. Hey, how much are you paying for groceries nowadays versus 10 years ago? You see? There's inflation on the scene because this place is economically collapsing. Okay, these people's GDP, which goes into gross domestic product, okay, it's way under the score. It's way under. You see? There's a drought out here, man. And that's a sign of a fallen empire. The economy collapsing. And this is what we're witnessing. Right? Look at social. Right? Look at the people. Matter of fact, take a glance into this last presidential election. Okay? Take a glance at the mindset. Okay? Of the people on the West. On the, Democratic, lefties. They call them lefties. Look at their mindset regarding that loss. And then look at the people's mindset as a whole. Okay, these Babylonians as a whole, they're through. They're finished, man. All right, there's this complete separation in the Senate. All right, there's a separation within, this whole Egyptian setup. All right, the elites are arguing and bickering over moves being made. You see? And this is again another token of a fallen empire. Look at, and political. You see, and politics. And what's part of the politics? You guessed it. The military. You see it? Okay? The military. This is part of the politics, man. And to my to my measurement, it ain't looking too good. All right, this thing got 2 stripes. All right, come on, man. Come on now. When in history have you seen this prosper? You haven't. Okay, and it won't. Back in the article, right? Many of the issues that led to Rome's decline were due to government and economic corruption. See? And this is what we see now. All right, it's already been exposed that the Electoral College controls the votes. And you still got niggas over here in Babylon thinking that their voice is being heard when they go into that ballot box, okay, and make a vow, okay, to evil E, because that's what you're doing. You're making a vow when you vote. That's what vote goes into, a vow, a promise. You're putting up a sacrifice, man, to evil E, and you don't even know it. Okay, here it is. This whole system is corrupt. The scriptures even go into it, man. You know? And then as far as what's going on behind the scenes, you can only imagine. We can only speak on what we see. Imagine what we don't see. Okay? Look at Rome's economy was based on slave labor. By relying on slave labor, and it's the same thing now. Don't think you're cute because you work in the corporate office on the 80th floor. You're a corporate slave. Is all you are. We all are. Okay, that's what the Emancipation Proclamation was about. It pretty much transferred us from chattel slavery to corporate slaves. You see? Let's continue on. By relying on slave labor, there was a large gap between the rich and the poor. The rich grew wealthy from the labor of their slaves, while the poor struggled to find work. Sounds familiar? Right? As Rome's conquest began to end, so did their input of slaves. This would cause a labor shortage that disrupted agriculture production. This, in turn, created more stress on the already weakened economy. You see? Look at many people sought power, and the emperor was often overthrown by a new incoming power. Bribery, swindling, and corruption in the Senate further weakened Rome as it suffered through a series of bad emperors. Rich people bought votes and gave favors to friends. Uh-oh. Sounds familiar. Look what they did this last presidential election. There was a incident with supposedly a homeless dude, burnt down a ballot box or whatever. They're running the same game. You see? Look it. Rich people bought votes and gave favors to friends, with the emperor's position given to those who paid the most. For many years, Rome lacked stability, eventually causing Rome to be divided into the Western and Eastern Empire. And what did Yahweh Shai say about a divided house? It cannot stand. A divided house cannot stand. There's no way around it. Let me get this real quick. This is the book of Mark, chapter 3. Bear with me. There's the book of Mark, chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 23, and it reads, And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, right? Doc saying, How can Satan cast out Satan? This is what we're witnessing. Okay, you see these Edomites coming up on these platforms, arguing about what they seeing in the White House, man. Arguing about the stance their leaders are making. Okay? Arguing and bickering about the idea that, as a matter of fact, it just came to mind, the brother from the Saints of Jersey, he did a lesson, okay, with old boy, what's his name? Oh my goodness, I forgot the dude's name. But he pretty much said, he was asked a question as far as who's running the White House. And he said Satan is running the White House. And here it is, he's a full-blown Edomite. From face value, from what it looks like. Lord willing, if I can find that clip, I'll add it in. I'll add it in through the Spirit. But needless to say, yeah, man. You see that? How can Satan cast out Satan, man?
Who is running the White House? Like, who is our de facto president? Is it Antony Blinken right now? Is it Jake Sullivan? Who is doing this?
Well, if you'd asked me yesterday morning, I would have said Tony Blinken, who has been running it since the beginning. But now I would say Satan. Because I really think that I would have said Tony Blinken, who has been running it since the beginning. But now I would say Satan.
You know you got a problem now. Right? Look at, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand, man. Okay, and we see the kingdom of Esau, all right, and the house of the Edomites, okay, from Amalek all the way down to these western Babylonians, man, completely divided. Okay? What do you think this last war is going to be about? God, Magog, Russia, which are those Edomites. Okay, against Esau over here. The daughter of Babylon, man. This beast system. That's going to be Edomite on Edomite. We're seeing Edomite on Edomite tensions, man. Is what we're witnessing. Let's get a little more of this. The two empires drifted apart and the Eastern Empire grew while the Western Empire declined into economic crisis. Look at this. The expansion of Rome made it very difficult to govern and protect. Rome was under constant attack from barbarian invasions. Germanic tribes, including the Goths, Visigoths, and the Huns, moved in from Europe to attack the weakening Roman Empire. So look at their military was weakened. Why? This constant warfare required heavy military spending, which took money away from where it was needed. The Roman army became overstretched. You see, they become overstretched. They didn't have enough manpower. All right, this is what Babylon the Great's about to come. The problem Babylon the Great's about to come into right now. All right, but they're gonna push a draft. All right, and look at the Roman Empire. The Roman army became overstretched and needed more soldiers than they had. See, without adequate protection or the means to supply it, the city of Rome finally fell to Germanic tribes in 476 A.D. Okay, you see? And this is the revival of the Western Roman Empire. All right, what a coincidence. The Western Roman Empire fell, and this is the revival of the Western Roman Empire. And guess where it's at? Over here in the West, where the sun goes down. All right, there's no coincidence, man. All right, and just like Western Rome, the same fate lies at hand for this revival. Because as it tells us, there's no new thing under the sun. Let's go ahead. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, and verse 9. In verse 9, it reads, "The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be." See? So what has been? Ancient Rome. What happened? They fell. Where we are right now in the revival of ancient Rome. What's going to happen? It's going to fall again. Right? Let's read that again. The thing that hath been, right? is that which shall be, right? We're back in the ancient Roman Empire, right? Western Rome. And that which is done, that which shall be done. See? It rose, it prospered, it diminished, and then it fell. And it was all through the works of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And there is no new thing under the sun, man. You see? So this is what it is, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is on his way for you Edomites, man. He's on his way. And as much as you think DT is your savior, and he's going to bring you back to some type of stability, you got it all wrong. Because pursuing the biblical prophecy, you have no hope. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 30, and it reads, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Right, and the forborne means what? You resist. You don't want to do it. You see? They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. They became as woman. They became as woman. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. And that's going to be the outcome. Okay? Babylon the Great is fallen, man. Wake up, Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, speckled birds. Okay? Wake up. It's time to smell the coffee, man. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is on his way, man. And he's not playing. Okay? If you're not on his side, you're going to get moved out of the way. You see? Because he's coming to take care of business. And we're openly proclaiming that. Okay? Our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is coming. Alright? He's coming to deliver his elect. And he's coming to remove the wicked. So you got to choose a side, man. You're running out of time, man. You don't see them chariots in the heavens, man? You think that's a star twinkling up there, man? You've been lost your mind if you think that's just a regular star up there. Because that's the furthest thing from a star. Because stars don't do that. Okay? Stars don't turn different colors. Alright? Come on now. Wake up and smell the coffee, man. The eyes of the Lord are upon this sinful kingdom. And he's about to destroy it off of the face of the earth. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf were edified. Shalom.